Good evening and welcome to another episode of Self, God, and Money. I am your host, Benir Pierre, and I am so excited to be here live with you tonight. If you are watching us live, of course, as always, let us know where you're watching from. And tonight I have a really important conversation that is well overdue. Tonight, we are talking about why it's important to have spiritual alignment in your business and what it even looks like to be aligned in your business. So if you know that you need this, go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. Share this with a friend who you know needs this as well. So, all week we've been having this conversation about alignment and what it looks like to be out of alignment. But often we don't really think about alignment in terms of our business. So, what does it mean to be aligned in your business and why is that important? So, one thing that's important to remember is that we are not the sum of our parts. We are a whole being. And so it's important that you are aligned mind, body, and spirit. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if your spirit is out of alignment, but you have a really positive mindset and you're doing all of the physical actions that you need, your spiritual misalignment isn't just going to stay in your personal life. And I think that's one of the problems that we have is that we often separate our personal life and our love life and our business life. And honey, I'm here to tell you, you only have one life. You are not the sum of your parts. You are a whole being. And as such, it's important that all of you is aligned. I think of it like a car. And so if you're driving a car down the road, you can't leave the steering wheel and the brakes behind. Everything needs to be in alignment with the destination. And so when we talk about alignment in your business, specifically, we're talking about your personal values, we're talking about your intentions, everything that you are offering in your business truly being aligned with who you are. So I see that a few of you have already dropped in. Hey there, Andrea. Thank you so much for tuning in. She just purchased some incredible candles. Oh my goodness, my house was smelling so good. So great to have you on. Hey there, Chantel. So, when we talk about your business, most people tell you that to be successful in business, really you simply need to solve a problem, get whatever you are offering in front of the people who have that problem, and position it as the solution to their problem. I mean, it's simply an exchange. That is truly how you make money in your business. But when we talk about the sustainability of not only your business, but also one of the first things I tell my clients, and it's probably really controversial. I'm sure that a lot of coaches would disagree with me because, you know, money it makes the world go round. But I don't really care about your money. I don't care about your business success if the business owner is not well. And so when we look at what it means to be aligned in your business, this means that not only is your business thriving, but your life is thriving. Hey there, Adria. She's one of my VIP clients. It is so great to have you on. Thank you so much for joining tonight. So, what does it mean to be in alignment? I think it actually is something that can be summed up as simply as this: you should be the product of your product. Your life should be the demonstration of the transformation that you provide. And so there are some really simple ways to figure out if you are out of alignment. And I'm going to list a few of these in a second. But the number one way to recognize when you are out of alignment is check your fruit. The Bible says that a tree is known by the fruit that it bears. And so you know that if you are sowing lemon seeds, but somehow you are reaping strawberries, something is out of alignment there. And in your business, if you are sowing good seed in fertile ground, The fruit should reflect that. But often that's not the case. So, the number one way to recognize that you are out of alignment is to check your fruit. So, if you find that you are hustling, now I know that this word has a lot of controversy in the spiritual industry. I'm a huge fan of working strategically, of working intentionally. I used to be a fan of hustle. I used to be a fan of hard work. Now I recognize that it's not about hard work, it's about smart work. And so if you find that you are hustling but with no intention, hustling but with no strategy, working hard to work, but there's no productivity. The fruit are not are not showing and reflecting the seed that you are planting. You're probably out of alignment. If you find that you have shiny object syndrome, every time you see somebody posting something about this new offer that they have that is the number one secret to hitting your 10K months, to hitting your 100K months. So I'm going to be real with you. There is no secret. There is no secret. And I guarantee that if it was as simple as everyone makes it seem, everyone would be doing it. Now, is it hard? Absolutely not. It is quite simple to hit your revenue goals, but it requires consistency. It requires work. It requires clear strategy. But there's no magic pill that you're going to take that all of a sudden you wake up and now you're hitting these consistent 10K months. It's really important that you have a strong foundation. And so you can tell when you're out of alignment when every single time you see an offer, you're chasing after that next thing that's going to help you break through. The thing that you're looking for is inside of you. Another way that you know you are out of alignment, child, is when you are double-minded. From this week to the next, we don't know if you are selling TLC. We don't know if you are doing prepaid legal. Nobody has a clue what your brand is. And even if you have a really solid brand, nobody has a clue what your offers are. Whichever which way the wind blows is where you can be found. That is one surefire way that you are not in alignment. A few other ways include fatigue, overwhelm, burnout. One thing that I really want to talk about, because I recognize that a lot of my clients come to me feeling like they're not in purpose. And that is a surefire sign that something is misaligned. And when we talk about being out of alignment, there is no judgment here. A lot of times the spiritual community will make it seem like you're supposed to always, if you are enlightened and if you are awake, you're supposed to always have it together. You should never have moments where you are burnt out and fatigued. That's a whole lie. 2020 was a lot for many of us. And just like your car needs to be tuned up and you have to go and get alignments with your car to make sure that it is driving safely, it is important that you check in. Again, what do you check? Check your fruit, right? So if you feel like you are out of purpose, if you feel like you're wandering and don't really know what you're doing, again, if you are double-minded, and so one moment you think that this is where you're being called, but then the next moment spirit said, I'm actually supposed to launch this business instead. It's really important that you take the time to get still and listen. So how do you get into alignment? I'm going to give you a few simple tips that you can apply that not only will help increase your energy, not only will help increase the way that you do business and increase the flow in your business, but this is also going to increase your money. Now, I see a few questions coming in, so I will respond to those in just a second. I just want to make sure that we get through these, and then I'm going to open up the floor for questions in about 5 minutes. So Maya, please hold on to that question. So I'm going to give you some tips to not only keep you blessed, but keep you bankable. Because the problem that a lot of us have, we are building incredible businesses that are creating life transformation, but it's not bankable. We're setting it up to end with us, to die with us. And I think the second worst thing outside of being buried with your dreams and your story still inside of you, the second worst death is probably for your dreams and your story to die with you. And so when we talk about being in alignment, what I know is that I work with purpose driven leaders who are here for a purpose that is so much greater than them. I work with purpose driven leaders who are here to create global change, who are here to change generational cycles. And so that work cannot end with you. And so the very first thing to do to get into alignment, number one, is to get into alignment with your intention. Now, y'all know every time I teach manifestation, I say the same thing. It's simple, it's only 3 steps. So, we're going to go back to our simple 3 steps. So, the very first step in manifestation is crystal clear intention. Get back into alignment with the intention. Why did you start this business in the first place? What is the purpose? Are you still aligned with the reason outside of all of the back office overwhelm? My goodness, outside of the stress of the day to day, outside of the stress of attracting clients and all of the things that come to distract us, are you in alignment with the intention and the values that caused you to create this business in the first place? Are you truly the demonstration of the transformation that your business provides? So, the very first thing is to get back into alignment with who you are. And if you've been at this for a while, it's important to recognize that who you are today is not necessarily who you were 6 months ago, a year ago. And so, just like you take your car in for a tune up, it is vital that you often check in with yourself and make sure that you are crystal clear on the intention, that you know why you are doing what you're doing. The second part of manifestation is unwavering faith. Now, when we talk about faith, this is your belief. I can tell that some of you are out of alignment by the way you talk about your little business. I can tell that some of you are out of alignment by the way you allow others to talk about your little business. Knowing what you have been called to do, it is vital that you walk in that transformation today. It is vital that you set your business up to be successful for the long term today. And so it doesn't matter if you are a solopreneur or you have a team of 10. It is vital that as an entrepreneur, you are setting yourself up for the longevity of your business. So when we talk about some of the aligned action, which is the third step in manifestation, when we talk about the aligned action that you need to take, what that looks like is, first off, we need some systems in place. Now, I am a huge fan and I teach intuitive leadership. I teach you how to get in, tap in tune with your intention and with your intuition so that you can lead from a space that is spirit led. But we need some systems behind that thing to make sure that it is sustainable. So, the very first aligned action is to get systems in place so that that overwhelm, that burnout, the stress and fatigue that you feel trying to chase after clients instead of knowing the transformation that you provide and allowing clients to chase you instead. Because the thing that happens when you are out of alignment, it's going to show up in your 3 C's. Number one, it's going to show up in your confidence. And then when it shows up in your confidence, it starts creeping into your copy. And if you don't write your own copy, it creeps into your consultations. And as a result of that, you start to attract clients who are not in alignment. And so by having the action, having the systems, really making sure that you know why you're doing this, you are in alignment with the beliefs that help keep this sustainable, and then you take action to make sure that it's sustainable, right? So we want systems. The second thing is make sure that you get a team. Again, I work with people who are purpose-driven leaders. What I know about you is that your calling is something that you cannot do on your own. And the problem is that sometimes when you try to do it on your own for so long and you get burnt out, you throw away the vision instead of throwing away the strategy. And so let's get you a better strategy, starting with getting you a solid team to back up what you've been called to do in the first place. We are not an island. This is kingdom work. And it doesn't matter if you connect with Christianity or whatever your spiritual belief is. This is work that is benefiting the collective. And as such, it's important that you have all hands on deck. So get a solid team that can not only support the work, but that supports your vision. We talked about intention. Your team needs to be in alignment with your values, with your intention. Your team needs to have the same heart for the work that you do as you do. And finally, make sure that you get someone who can see you even when you can't see yourself. Sometimes that looks like mentorship for some people. That might look like coaching for some people. That might look like simply having a spiritual advisor for some people. But when you are the only one who has the answers, when you're the smartest person in the room, it's a real hard and lonely road. And I promise you, it is not sustainable. And so get tapped in, get connected with people who can see you and who can pull out the greatness that sometimes you can't see in yourself. We talked about that seed and how your fruit is the proof of whether or not you're in alignment. But even with great seed, if it's not being sown into fertile ground, you still won't yield a harvest. So make sure that you are sowing into fertile ground. Make sure that you are coachable. Make sure that you are forever a student. I am so excited about what 2021 has to bring for you. I'm so excited about the way that we are able to support you in that. So, if you're listening to this and you know that you need to get connected with solid teaching, with actionable strategies that work and that bring your money, and you need to heal your relationship with self, God, and money, I would be honored to speak with you. Please reach out to myself or my team at benirpierre.com/booking and schedule an abundance clarity consultation. So I see that Chantel says that she feels out of alignment. Who else is feeling out of alignment with everything that's happened in this year? Maya says, my energy has been low for 11 years since I had kids. That was before I was ever an entrepreneur. You know, I saw something recently that talked about how when we have unresolved things that have happened, for some, that may be trauma. For others, it may simply be situations that we've endured that we haven't really healed through, right? And so sometimes when we hold on to that for so long, it feels like our personality. When it's in our family, it feels like family values. And when it's in a people, it feels like it's culture, when it's out of context. And it's really important to understand that no matter how long you've been feeling this tiredness, no matter how long you've been feeling these things that are really just symptoms of not being in alignment, no matter how long it's been going on, you can heal it. So, Maya, my prayer for you is that this is the year that ends. And however we can support you in doing so, please let us know. Go ahead again and drop a comment, and we will make sure that someone from the team reaches out. I love what Chantel said. She said, I'm relearning a lot. I love that life really is simply a practice of learning, unlearning, relearning. Anyone else have questions? I saw that Karina just said something. She said, you are doing kingdom work. And that's the truth, that every single person that I've seen comment on here, I know for a fact that you are doing the work of the collective. You are doing the work of the kingdom. And it is, again, just an honor and a privilege to be here to support you. So, again, if you know that you need someone who can help you get the strategy in place to make sure that not only are you whole and you are healed, but your business is sustainable so that you are both blessed and bankable, I would love to speak with you. Go ahead and leave. Go ahead and schedule a consultation at benirpierre.com/booking. And I will see you guys. Actually, we will not be here next week. I forgot, next week we actually have a very special gift for you. Make sure that you are following our page, Benir Pierre, on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And we have a very special event for you next week in honor of New Year's Eve. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Make sure that you are getting notifications so that you are the first to be notified and get your ticket. And I will see you guys in the new year. Have a blessed rest of your 2020. Have an amazing holidays. And I'll see you later. Be blessed.